me wearing a mask around the building.
What's going on with that? What's happening?
I'm not feeling well. You brought me a COVID test. It came out negative, which is good news, but I'm not feeling well at all. And I was told you yesterday I was like hacking up a lung. So I think it's hilarious. I'm walking down the hallway, management's like, hey, and I go, I'm sick, but it's not COVID. And they're like, well, it's still cold and flu season, but you think they sent me home?
No. Do you have a fever? Is your arm falling off? Are you alive? All right, you're good.
Yeah, if it's not COVID, you stay.
Okay, so
which I think is fun. I've had COVID twice, so I don't think I could have it a third time, but I definitely have something.
Oh, you're getting the Omicron variant, right? We're all getting it. We're all going to get it. Like I don't think that we escaped the Omicron, because yesterday alone, there was 1 million new positive cases. So like, I'm not a doctor, but from what I'm seeing and reading, because remember back in 2020 when the pandemic hit and all the people were like, oh, it's the flu, and then 500,000 people died. I think now we're at if you're vaccinated, it's kind of like the flu stage. And if you're not vaccinated is where you kind of need to be worried. But I think everyone's going to end up getting it. It's just a matter of whether or not you got your shots, I think, depending on how hard it hits you.
I don't understand is if I take the COVID test, will it be positive if it's Omicron? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think you're adding an N, which is what I was doing too. Is it Omni or Omni?
I don't
know. Right. Well, now I have to look it up. Is it Omni or Omni? It's Omni. It's Omicron. I thought it was Omni. The N sounds better.
Omni this whole time.
The N sounds way better.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling well. So you made me coffee because I didn't want to go in the break room with all those people. Omicron. Thank you, Rachel.
2 things. 1, I thought that you had me go make you coffee because you didn't know how to use the Keurig. This way makes way more sense.
Really? Yeah. I use the Keurig.
Oh, but that I didn't know. I really and I wasn't going to say anything because who wants to be like, you don't know how to use a Keurig?
No.
So he's like, yeah, no problem.
Coffee because it's almost 8 o'clock, so the break room was full of people, and I don't feel well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together on that. I was just like, oh, I guess she doesn't know how to use the Keurig. Oh, that's fine, right?
Thank you
for
making me. That was sweet of you. But we're gonna talk about how. Go ahead.
The other thing too was when I brought you that test this morning, I didn't know how you were gonna react. Only because I didn't know, not like how you personally would react.
I'm excited when there's not 2 lines on any test.
Not pregnant, no COVID.
Because I bought one of those because they come with 2 in the box. And I couldn't, and I took one the last time. Remember when I was real sick a couple months ago?
Yeah.
I couldn't find the box for the second one. So I was glad you brought me because I do not feel good.
Yeah, well, all the kids going back from Christmas break got COVID tests sent home too. So because I had to do one on the 1st and then a second one on the 3rd before both my boys could go back to school, and they sent those tests home. I don't know if the tests that they sent home are tests that you can buy in the store, because those tests I then had to go to a public.health website to enter in the results before they could go back to school today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Zeke.
Yeah, and Janae, if you're just coming in, yeah, I think the Omicron variant is getting everybody. But if you missed it earlier, I think the Omicron variant with the vaccination is like legit the flu this time. And if you don't have the vaccine, is where it's. And again, don't quote me, but that's everything I'm reading. And the other thing too is with the Omicron wave that we're experiencing right now, because this originated in South Africa. South Africa's science is showing that this wave lasts around 2 months, and they're kind of coming out of it now. And it's, it wasn't awesome, but it wasn't as bad as like the first waves.
Okay.
So
Thompson finally admitted that he had a 3rd baby. It took until the paternity test came out for him to say it. So Ian Riley is wearing a Sacramento Kings shirt in honor of Men's Suck Day.
Hey,
on the air, just like a man. So he came out and apologized to Chloe. He came out and admitted that he had a third baby, not until the paternity test, even though we have seen the text messages that he hooked up with this woman. He held on until the very last minute of denial like a man. Just like a man, dude.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Janae. You know, I was telling Ian, I could look a man dead ass in the face and be like, I saw you at the corner of Tully and Stanford with Rebecca. She was in a pink shirt. You were standing next to a red car. It was 2:37, and he'd be like, nuh-uh. Burger King. I was at the Burger King, so that ain't the truth.
That Jack in the Box is oddly specific because last time I remember, it was 5-star burger.
Yeah, and then when you find out and you're like, and now I know it's true, and you're like, I wasn't lying. You said I was at the Jack in the Box, and I wasn't.
Well, technically. I mean, if you're going to come at us with some sort of life-changing accusation, then like be spot on with your deets, you know?
How about don't do it? If
right, but once we do,
where were you at 2:45 yesterday? It's because we already know.
100%, absolutely right. But once we do it, come at us with all the facts or don't come at us at all.
And then Lamar Odom, I'm done listening. And then Lamar Odom came out and was like, I love Chloe too. And just like these dudes have the best thing that's ever happened to them, ruin it, hit bottom, and then be like, Chloe, I'm sorry. You were the best thing that happened to me. And I thought you were going to stick around through all my F-boy ways. And oh my God, you didn't. What do you mean you didn't stick around? What do you mean you finally walked away from my BS? What? That ain't fair.
My phone's going robot mode, but when we come back next time, can we talk about, is it okay to like somebody for half of what they do and dislike who they are on the other half?
What do you mean?
Like, I actually really, really like Tristan Thompson. He's a Sacramento King. He's like a really good locker room leader. Like that part of him, I love that part. Like I'm addicted to that part of him, right?
Zeke, I don't want to hear your mouth. Next comment.
Hey.
Okay.
I want Zeke to leave some stories in our 9 o'clock. I want to see what he's, because I know Zeke. I know you, Zeke.
Of course you could still like Tristan Thompson. Y'all got to stick together. I don't gotta like him though. I'm still mad at Shawn Mendes too. He didn't do anything except amicably break up with Camila Cabello.
Right?
No, they're not, Zeke. I'm so tired of you. We are not even kind of the same as dudes. We're not. We're not. I know. Keep looking away. Do your thing. Blah. Oh, I want a woman who doesn't play games and is honest and blah, blah, blah. And then now she likes me too much. She told me she liked me too much. I better go sleep with her friend.
But are your kids number one? And I need to just know that.
Oh my God. Just so you know, I put my kids first.
You know, like we've talked about it before on dating profiles. On dating profiles, like I just always assumed that was understood. Like if you have to tell me that you put your children first, then that tells me that you had to make that decision somewhere along the way, because before that, when you were dating, you didn't. And that concerns me.
I look at all the men. Women are worse than men. No, we're not. And Janae, stop. We're only crazy because you guys make us this way.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about next time.
We do. Mm-hmm. Zeke, you wouldn't know their thirst was real if you weren't looking at it.
There's things that we talk about where it's just best if I don't comment.
It's none of my business.
All I'm going to say is this.
Maybe you're a single dad because of your own personality. No, I like Zeke. The only reason I'm coming this hard at Zeke, David, I don't know you that well. Do we know David?
No.
Okay, because I think he's legit bitter. I'm just gonna keep messing with Zeke because he knows I love him. I think David's actually bitter.
Yeah, because we've messed with Zeke so much. He's a great dad. His kid's a great kid. He does good work. He does good work.
I love Zeke. I love Zeke, and the only reason he's coming at me is because he knows he can.
And I've met Janae. You introduced me to Janae. So if we ever put Janae and Zeke in the same room, I'll say this.
Look up Janae and Zeke.
Look out, Zeke. If I put Janae and Zeke in the same room, Zeke loses that battle. And Zeke's a boxer.
Okay, David says he's just messing with me too. Okay.
All right.
Good man. All right, you guys, we're going to jump back on the air. We have stuff to do, so we need to go back on the radio.
On the send Tristan Thompson Moore at 9.
That's what I thought, Zeke. I knew you weren't single.
Oh, dude, Zeke got with a lawyer. Zeke has a college-educated woman voluntarily spending time with him.
Is that why he's arguing with me? Because he can't argue with her?
100%. 100%. Well, he's arguing with you now. He's arguing with you now because he can. If you had this argument with Zeke a year ago, lawyer wouldn't have been there, but he's got a lawyer now. How did he get a lawyer? I object. I would like to. I want to approach the bench and figure out what the hell's going on here. Because this is not the judicial system we were brought up in.
She doesn't watch this stream, or Zeke would have been gone a long time ago.
Oh, you know what?
True colors.
What if Zeke gets with somebody where they're like, I wasn't sure who this guy was, and then I saw his participation on the Madden and Riley stream, and I was like, you know what? That's a guy that I want to get to know, because that's a woman we need to be worried about.
Oh my goodness. We gotta go. I'll tell you why in a little bit. I'll talk to you in a minute. Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you, Zeke.